So it is a pleasure to participate in the Asian Pacific Conference on Disaster and Emergency Medicine. I'm thrilled to be here and excited by all of the innovation and sharing of experiences where we learn from each other and how to respond to disasters. I think it's critically important for both the Asian Pacific Conference as well as the rest of the world to learn from what has been developed here, and excited about being here and looking forward to the rest of the conference. Um, if I were to rate my country's disaster response, I would say that varies greatly based on the type of disaster as well as where the disaster occurs. In the United States, where I'm from, the disaster response relies very much on local efforts, and at times areas that have better resources and respond to more disasters that they are frequent have frequently there, they handle incredibly well. It's nothing unusual for Florida to have a hurricane, but when a hurricane hits an area of Georgia, for example, where I live, where we haven't had many hurricanes, the response is much more difficult. So I think it depends on the experience and resources within particular areas, as well as the capabilities for that area for that type of disaster in terms of response. What do I think is the key solution for disaster response in the Asian Pacific region? I think exactly what's happening here, and that is we have to have collaboration with each other. We need to learn from the events that happen in other locations and share those across the rest of the healthcare system within other countries so that we can learn best practice and adopt those to respond better in the future.
It's an honor to be here at the Asia Pacific Conference on Disaster Medicine 2024. I represent the World Association for Disaster and Emergency Medicine, WADM, and we see APCDM as a critical strategic partner in improving disaster medicine response, preparedness, and recovery around the globe. I live in the United States, although WADM's focus is international, and while we generally do a good job in disaster response, there is so much room for improvement, for better science, for coordination, research, and improving what we do to support people impacted by disaster. And I think the key solution for improving disaster response in the Asia Pacific region is exactly what we're seeing here at this conference. Greater collaboration, greater communication, sharing, advancing the science, and developing capabilities to create resilient societies that can respond to the things that are always going to vex humanity: disasters, violence, and unfortunate circumstances.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Pauline Convocar, and I'm here from Manila, Philippines. I'm the president of the Asian Society for Emergency Medicine. And I'm very, very happy. Actually, it's not my first time here in Korea, but I always feel happy and so excited to meet friends and continue the networking and collaboration with everyone. Second question is quite hard because it may be, I feel a bit biased. I feel good that our country's response is very, very good, despite our vulnerability and risks. So our response, perhaps for me, my score is an 8 over 10. I think our government and our colleagues are doing a great job on, improving our capacity, regardless of our current situation and despite being so low resources a country. What do you think is the key solution for improving disaster response in Asian Pacific region? I think it's really collaboration and working together. We can find key solutions and always on the lookout for possible things that may arise. And I resonate so much with the message earlier that we should hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Thank you very much.
It's been great joining the conference. I think it brings together many people from around the region to talk about such an important topic. I would say every country can do better when it comes to disaster response. We're all learning from each other, and there's a lot that we can do as we share resources and information and collaborate further. One thing which I feel is key is sharing experiences and learning from the best practices from each other from every disaster that we manage together. Thank you.
Well, it's great to be here at the Asia Pacific Conference for Disaster Medicine. It's always very exciting to be able to catch up with colleagues around the region. The Asia Pacific region has the most numbers of disasters, and the data shows that. It's great to be able to share with colleagues about how they are coping in their systems, what are the lessons learned, and the ability to have these lessons shared amongst friends, to improve our systems is what this meeting is all about. Thanks.
Hi, good morning. I'm Dr. Jyoti. I'm an emergency specialist working for Dubai Ambulance in Dubai, UAE. Uh, I'm, I feel privileged participating in this conference because it's a part of my field right now. I've been working in hospital setup for past 7 years and have recently joined ambulance services providing hospital type of care in pre-hospital setup. As per my country's disaster preparedness, I would rate it 10 out of 10 because Dubai is quite well prepared for any type of disaster. Even with minor disasters, they think forward and prepare for it so that does not happen again. We have hospitals very close to we have multiple hospitals basically very close to any destination. So in regards to air ambulance, we are prepared with that, and we have now emergency specialists working in pre-hospital where critical patients where you need intubation, ICD, needle decompression, everything is done on field and transported along with paramedics and providing best care. We have seen a better response because of the emergency specialists being in field and providing the care, and the quality of life and the response, like the patient's outcome, have also improved, and we keep track of that. So I think it makes a big difference of having doctors along with trained advanced paramedics, medics in the field, which will help in better outcome for the patients. Thank you.
이번 학계에 참여해서 한편 놀았습니다. 아주 대단한 국제 학계라서 여러 재난에 관련된 발표도 있어서 너무 공부가 됐습니다. 우리 일본에서는 자연 재난이 많기 때문에 아주 많이 있으니까 여러 대응 방법이나 제도도 시스템도 발전하고 있지만 그 피해자 입장으로 보면 많이 아직도 부족한다고 생각합니다. 그럼 앞으로도 여러 가지 노력을 해야 된다고 생각하고 있습니다. 네, 아시아 태평양 지역에 당연히 지역마다 재난에 대한 특징도 있는데 그래도 기후나 여러 지리적인 조건도 공통점이 있으니까 우리가 서로 여러 나라에서 발전했던 그 여러 가지 방법이나 시스템이나 그런 게 지식이나 경험을 공유하면서 서로가 앞으로 협력하면서 발전하는 게 좋다고 생각하고 있습니다. 그런 의미에서 이런 국제 컨퍼런스가 아주 중요한 기회가 된다고 생각합니다.
My name is Jonathan Kaluvo from Uganda. I'm so happy to have been invited to the Asia Pacific Conference on Disaster Medicine, and I've made a presentation during the International Cooperation Meet session. It's been a great opportunity talking about my country's perspective regarding disaster response and also learning from other countries what they are doing as far as disaster management. On a scale of 10, I would rate my country's disaster response at a 5 because basically we've just established as an entity or a ministry to address disaster response. Our emergency system is still developing. However, I think there is still a lot that we need to do regarding disaster response. So a 5 out of 10. So the key solution for improving disaster response in the Asia Pacific region, I would really think strengthening the already existing systems. I love it that you have early warning systems, you have established disaster medical teams. So I think those are very key things as far as disaster response. So they need to be strengthened more and more, and also international cooperation and collaboration, because as Korea has always moved out to go help other countries, I think as Asia, you need to still to continue helping and even beyond. So international collaboration and cooperation are really very key as far as disaster response. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Andy from Indonesia. I'm psychiatrist in Rajiman Widodiningrat Malang, Indonesia. So how I'm feeling about participating in APCDM 2024. I feel so great. It's like a great opportunity to join this conference because I'm a psychiatrist. It's like a rare event to join the emergency and then the disaster conference before. And if I were rate about my country disaster response, I will score it with 7 or 7.5 because we have already the system, the good system with the all key agency and then with the all of our organization. But maybe we need more uh, challenge to do something more responded about the disaster. And the third is, how do you think is the key solution improving disaster response? Maybe we need more like a training, education like that. Also, we need to be the one like this conferences or congress to do the something about the disaster. How can we cope it and how we can handle it? Because Indonesia is have a high risk of disaster. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Patrick John Shao. I work as an emergency specialist at Muhimbili National Hospital in Tanzania. I feel honored and I'm so happy to get this an opportunity to attend the Asian Pacific Conference on Disaster Medicine, but also to get an opportunity to be a presenter as well as a moderator. Regarding the rate I can score my country as far as the disaster response is concerned, I'll give it a score of 6. With the reason is there are areas that we have done significant improvement, especially strengthening the hospital handling of disasters and the medical teams, but also the capacity when it comes to the human resource. However, we have shortcomings when it comes to the pre-hospital care, where we still lag behind, and there is much that needs to be done so that we can improve the score. And I think what we need to improve the collaborations in the Asia Pacific region, it cut across different areas. We need to have improved collaborations in technology, capacity building, as well as the trainings, but also to have the early warning systems advancement so that they can help us respond better and in a better way. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Benjamin Abo. I'm from Florida in the United States. Extremely excited, extremely honored, extremely blessed. It's an absolute pleasure to see such dedicated people. A lot of our familiar faces that I've met over the past few years, coming over and talking about EMS and disaster medicine. And then it's just as motivating, if not more, seeing even more faces that I don't know. And all the motivation, the knowledge, the experience, and the good heart is just wonderful. So it's just a pleasure to be part of APCDM 2024. I would give the United States a 7 out of 10. We do amazing work. I'm extremely, extremely proud of the work we do, but sometimes our pride in our work or our disagreements get the better of ourselves. And I would like to see America take a better stance closer to other countries such as South Korea and Taiwan, where it really is even more so people helping people. And like I said, we do amazing work. I'm very proud of the work that we do, but there's always ways to get better. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I think the key solution for improving disaster response is to always question, keep reaching, and keep trying. Asking myself or asking oneself, is this the best way to do it? How can we further integrate this into different techniques and always grow? And then also ask ourselves, if this doesn't work, what am I going to do as a backup? Because especially as we become reliant on technology, what if technology is the cause of our issues?
I am very happy to be here at this conference. It's a wonderful opportunity to gather ideas, make contacts, and learn a lot more about disaster medicine. So this has been a great experience so far, and I'm really happy to be here in Seoul for this conference. Thinking about my own country's disaster response, I come from Norway. It's a small country with not so many people, but we're also increasingly being affected by climate change and various types of disasters. So if I think about our disaster response and giving it from 0 to 10, maybe I'll give it a 7.5. They're doing quite well, but the country still has to catch up with the changing nature of disasters, particularly following climate change. There are a lot more floods and landslides these days, and we have not yet learned, I would say, or updated our way of responding to this new reality. In terms of the solution for improving disaster response in the region, it's a broad topic. There are many things that need to be done, but I think to invest in local communities, educate people, train local officials is very important. And another important thing is what we see at this conference. Countries coming together to share ideas, share good practices, also share ideas about what has not worked in the past, to just learn from each other. It's a very important way as well to improve both preparedness and response to disasters. Thank you.
네. 우리나라의 재난 대응을 평가한다면 10점 만점에 몇 점일까요? 그리고 그 이유를 말해주세요. 사실 저는 우리나라의 재난 대응에 대해서는 한 7점 정도를 주고 싶습니다. 그 이유는 사실 굉장히 발전할 수 있는 점수라고 생각을 하거든요. 7점이라는 점수 자체가. 그래서 어느 정도 발전은 해왔지만 앞으로 갈 길이 한 10점 만점까지 갈 길이 아직까지는 많이 남아있다라고 생각을 해서 10점 만점에 7점을 주고 싶습니다.
My name is Sang-do Shin. Is working at the Emergency Department of Seoul National University Hospital in Seoul, Korea. It is my great honor to be here as a Secretary General of the Organizing Committee of the 2024 APCDM. It was very hard work for preparing this meeting, but thanks to all the support by the general attendees and the chairmen of the Organizing Committee, and then the institutions of my country, thank you very much again. And I'd like to make a score for medical response for disaster. I think our country has prepared a lot of things to respond medical response for the disaster event. So I'd like to give us some 8.5 8.5, which is a little bit lower than our expectation, because even though we provide a good medical response, we should make a more comprehensive system to coping with the disaster event. And then I would like to say about the former disaster event in my country. For example, the boat ship shrunken in the southwest sea of Korea in 2015, and MERS event, and then the 2 years ago we had a lot of the young gentlemen and ladies who were died due to the crowd crush in the metropolitan city Seoul. So we should learn a lot from the other countries, and we should share our experience, and we can make a better system from this conference. And one of the major solutions to respond to Asian Pacific regional disaster is to collaboration. Make a collaboration is very important because a lot of countries like Japan and South Korea and Taiwan and Philippines and Indonesia and a lot of countries around the Pan-Pacific regions has the same cause of disaster such as hurricane and typhoon and earthquake. And then the other things as the big fires and the transportation disasters. So we can gather our idea and we can share the knowledge and skills and we can encourage each other to make a better system. So this APCDM is one of the very important momentum to make a future direction. And then we can meet again in the next year in WADEM meeting in Tokyo, which is another good event following this meeting. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Dr. Inaba from Japan. I belong to the Peace Winds as a Japanese NGO dedicated to the disaster relief operation and rural areas medical services and also international activity. APCDM, I love this very much. So accommodation is good and the season is very great. The trees are changing color, so I enjoy very much. Yeah, I have many friends even in this conference, so it's very happy time for me to meet them. Disaster response. I believe Japan is one of the biggest disaster country, very disaster prone country. So we need to prepare, but I don't think it's enough. So we are now providing and developing the disaster relief operation and preparedness. So I can say score 6 to 7. Maybe we need to become 9 to 10. I hope that. Key solution for improving disaster response in Asia Pacific region. So I can say training, training, training. Yeah, so simulation and training is very, very important. So actually, as a Japanese NGO, we are providing international training in Japan and Taiwan, and hopefully we provided that in Korea. So I want to invite Korean demand or other disaster key persons to Japan. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm Chi Hao Lin from Taiwan, National University Hospital. And I'm very privileged to be here to talk about the medical response to earthquakes in Taiwan. I see there are participants from more than 10 countries to be here and share their concept information. I think it's very important to improve our Asian community regarding disaster response. I think I would give 8 out of 10 to Taiwan because Taiwan is an island country of disaster, so actually we have experienced almost every kind of disaster, and the government and the citizen learn a lot from a thorough experience. So I think that's why we are keep improving. But why just 8, not 10 out of 10? Because I think right now we only prepare for small and the medium scale of disaster. But for a larger scale of disaster, I think we still have a lot of things to do. I think the key solution is mutual trust among all the different organizations and the parties across national borders. So I would suggest we can do more and more cooperation, especially among different countries, to share the concept. And we need to bring the concept to the government and to the community, because only when government and community works together, then this concept can be successful. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Dr. Pumin from Thailand. I'm very happy to join here the APCDM in Korea. This is the first time for me to be in Seoul. You have a beautiful country, beautiful city, and a nice weather. So let's talk about the disaster in Thailand. I think in Thailand we have a lot of disaster, but maybe not more severe like in other country. But when we experience the disaster, we have a lot of confused and something good, something bad. If I want to rate a score of my disaster management system, I think around 6 or 7 points. But I think we need to make the people to know more about the management system of the disaster, especially medicine, because most of Thailand doctor and nurse they focus on the other field. A few people that interesting in the disaster field, disaster medicine, and I think how to improve my disaster response, not only in Thailand, but include all Asia Pacific. I think this is the same as a theme of this conference, the collaboration, cooperation, and coordination for disaster response. Thank you. So thank you, Korea and APCDM to organize this conference. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be able to attend this APCDM 24 in Korea, in Seoul, because I organized former 14th country, 14th conference in Kobe, Japan, and it has 6 years has passed since then because of COVID-19 infection. So I'm very happy the Korea people well organized this time's APCDM 2024 very well. Yeah, very excited. Thank you very much. 감사합니다. My country, I rate my country's disaster response 6. I had experience with the Kobe quake in 1995, and that in compared to at that time, the Japanese the response, my country's disaster response is getting better and better, but still many people rely on too much the Japanese demand. And also one more is the vulnerability of the key hospitals for disaster. Not only the lifeline and the hardware, but also the for example, software like manpower. Yeah, we need much more manpower to take care or cope with disaster, I think. So I rate 6. Number 1 is a collaboration. Yeah, main theme of this conference is collaboration, cooperation. One more C. I forgot. I'm sorry. But collaboration is very important, and so we should understand the advantage and disadvantage of all countries' system. And this APCDM 2024 is a very best opportunity for us to learn each other. 감사합니다.
So this is my first APCM this year, and I'm so honored and privileged to represent the United States at this prestigious conference. And so the networking and the meetings, off-site meetings, has been great, and I would recommend this to any of the emergency managers who work in emergency preparedness and response. As I'm listening to some of the presentations, the Korean disaster response is excellent. If you're asking me to rate it, I would give it an 11 out of 10. Reason I would give it 11 out of 10, the information sharing across the agencies is superb. In addition to that, the planning and preparations. Working in emergency management for over 16, 17 years, there is no perfect system. But I would say that the Korean disaster response system, it's outstanding and much to learn from it. In terms of improving disaster response in Asia Pacific region, I think the biggest element that we can plan for is collaboration. So as COVID has demonstrated, that disasters know no boundaries. And I think the earlier that we collaborate, plan for, and respond to and recover from a disaster in the Asia Pacific region, it's the best we can do. And so we will continue to push the collaboration moving forward, particularly with the coordination and the communication pieces that's needed for a successful response in the Pacific region. Thank you.
이번 학회 참가하게 된 게 감개무량합니다. 이번 학회는 한국에서의 두 번째 APCDM인데요. 2000년대 초반에 APCDM을 저희가 개최한 적이 있습니다. 그때 아주 힘들게 개최했었는데 이번 학회는 그때보다도 시간이 많이 지나긴 했지만은 굉장히 첨단으로 또 넓은 곳에서 많은 분들이 참여해서 잘 되고 있는 것 같습니다. 준비 기간이 짧았는데도 학회가 이렇게 융성하게 된 것에 대해서 준비하신 분들 굉장히 감사드립니다. 여러 나라가 자신의 나라의 재난 대응 또는 재난 의료 대응을 와서 소개하기도 합니다. 우리나라는 그럼 과연 10점 만점에 몇 점을 드릴 수 있을까? 사실은 10점은 못 드리겠어요. 5점 이상은 현재까지는 줄 수 있겠지만은 5점에서 10점은 못 주는 사이라고 봅니다. 제 생각에는 한 6, 7점 될까요? 굳이 이유를 말하자면은 우리나라의 재난 대응이 여러 가지 복잡한 문제가 있습니다. 그리고 재난은 대응하는 것이 여러 분야에서 하나의 예술이라고 봅니다. 종합예술. 근데 그 종합예술을 하기 위해서는 여러 사람들의 같은 뜻과 같은 생각이 필요한데 생각들이 다른 거죠. 재난 의료 하시는 분들의 생각뿐 아니라 정치가라든지 다양한 분의 전문가, 공무원, 또 민간 기업 여러 군 스테이크홀더들이 필요한데 생각들이 다르죠. 같은 생각을 한다면 점수가 한 1, 2점 더 올라갈 것 같아요. 그리고 아시아 태평양 지역의 재난 대책의 중요한 해결책 한 가지를 고른다 라고 하면 일단 아시아 태평양 지역이 세계 재난의 3분의 2 정도를 차지하고 있기 때문에 이게 굉장히 중요하다고 생각하셔야 됩니다. 특히 자연재난 측면에서는. 우리나라는 아시아 태평양 전체에 비해서는 자연재난도 많지만은 사람 또는 사회와 관련된 재난이 많고 이슈가 잘 되는 편이죠. 그러나 총량으로 비하면 아직 자연재난이 많고요. 해결책은 마음에 있습니다. 안전과 재난에 대해서는 3단계가 있다고 합니다. 첫 번째 하드웨어 단계, 우리나라 어느 정도는 됐죠. 두 번째 소프트웨어 단계, 법령도 만들고 그 다음에 지침이라든지 가이드라인, 여러 가지 운영 이런 것들이 발전하고 있습니다. 완전한 단계는 아니지만은 문제는 3단계 인식과 마음에 뚫고 들어가는 단계를 우리가 해결해야 된다고 생각을 라고 하는 것을 제가 중요한 해결책으로 말씀드릴 수 있겠습니다. 감사합니다.
예, APCDM 2024년도 참가하게 돼서 굉장히 감사합니다. 많은 나라에서 참석을 하셨고 존경하는 그런 레전드급의 연자분들도 많이 참석하셨습니다. 그래서 우리나라에서도 이런 재난의학회 자체가 이 정도로 발전할 수 있었다는 것 자체에 굉장히 자부심을 느끼고 있습니다. 우리나라의 재난 대응을 평가하는 건 10점 만점에 몇 점일까? 저는 한 6점 정도를 주고 싶다. 이유는 앞으로 해야 될 일이 조금 더 많이 있습니다. 지금 우리나라 재난 대응 하드웨어 쪽은 많이 발전이 되고 이게 이들 간의 연관성은 아직까지도 조금 소통에 대한 개선점이 좀 많이 있을 걸로 생각이 됩니다. 그래서 저는 10점 만점에 6점 정도를 주고자 합니다. 우리나라는 다른 나라와 틀리게 아시아 태평양 지역의 나라들과 좀 차이가 있는 그런 재난이 형태가 좀 있습니다. 우리나라는 사회적 재난이 자연재해보다는 많은 상태이기 때문에 이거에 대해서 조금 더 중점적으로 아까도 얘기했지만 하드웨어는 충분히 어느 정도 되어 있고 이들을 세세하게 묶을 수 있는 그러한 점이 조금 더 발전이 된다면은 우리나라 자체가 아시아 태평양을 넘어 이 세계적으로 재난 대응에 대한 특히 재난 의료 대응에 대한 점은 이제 높은 위치를 차지하지 않을까 생각합니다.
Well, I think this is a very nice experience to take care of the victims of disasters, especially in our country, Japan. And also, I did have a chance to understand the other countries' situations, how to deal with disaster medicine. And in my personal opinion, I would say the score of Japan to take care of the disaster is probably around 7. The reason is looking at other countries' disaster medicines, Japan is in the level of the higher level, but I think we still need a room to improve the systems of disaster. So that's the reason why I scored 7 out of 10. And again, reason of the score is that we still have a room to improve in Japanese disaster medicines. In my case, I don't know about other countries' disaster management too much. So first important thing is to understand each country's situations, how they are treating the disaster. And then we may have to discuss between the countries how we can cooperate each other to take care of the disasters in each country.
이번 학회에 와보니까 이렇게 큰 학회가 열리는지 몰랐습니다. 근데 와서 보니까 정말 많은 분들이 열정적으로 참여하시는 걸 보고 저도 여기에서 많은 것들을 배우고 또 많은 대화를 통해서 좋은 것들을 배워야겠다는 생각을 했습니다. 재난 대응을 평가한다라면 그동안 많은 재난을 겪었기 때문에 10점 만점에 10점 만점을 주고 싶습니다. 앞으로도 준비해야 되거나 해결해야 될 점이 많긴 하지만 그래도 지금까지 고생 많이 했고 수고했다라고 생각을 하기 때문에 10점 만점을 주고 싶습니다. 아시아 태평양 지역의 재난 대책 중요한 해결책은 제일 중요한 거는 아시아 태평양 같은 지역 사람으로서 서로 협력하고 서로 대화를 위해서는 앞으로도 이런 모임이 자주 있어야 될 거라고 생각을 하고요. 그런 모임을 통해서 지속적인 발전과 그리고 협력 관계가 이루어지리라고 생각을 합니다.
I feel very glad to be here because we have opportunity to share our knowledge and also know a new knowledge about the disaster management from people in other countries all over the world who come to share us. And I would like to take this opportunity to get the knowledge and share to my country as well. Secondly, I also know some friends, like a network of people who take care of disaster. When we have something happen in our country, we can help each other. If I can rate the response of the disaster in my country, I can give about 7 out of 10 because we do have the plan or the act of the disaster response, prevention and mitigation in the national level, and we also have the organization who take care of the responsibility of take care of the people, like National Institute for Emergency Medicine. And we also have the people like a small team who work for response to the disaster, such as MERT or mini-MERT that work together. But anyway, we still need some more practice and some more cooperation between our team. So this is the reason why I give the rate for my country about 7 out of 10. And I think the key solutions for make our response of the disaster in Asia Pacific, they're composed of 3 things. Number one, the team from each country have to have the standard of operations the same. I mean, when we deploy, we work together, we do in the same SOP. Number 2, we need to have the pool of resource and have the know each other that what do you have and which kind of instrument, which kind of team that you have in each country. And we can request each country to help. And the third, we have to know each other about the regulation to cross the border between the country if it got activated to help some country, I have to know what is the limited, what is the rule and regulation before I get it. Three key things. If we can come together, we make the handouts, SOP together, we can go together to respond to disaster in this region. Thank you very much.
First, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all participants and organizing committee members of this 15th APCDM Congress. So also I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to members of Japanese Association of Digestive Medicine and also member of the Korean Association of Digestive Medicine. So in this fifth APCDM conference will be improve the disaster preparedness and response in the Asia Pacific region. I think in Korea, I would like to give the evaluation score about 7. Because of we need more cooperative effort. We need more collaboration effort in all stakeholders of disaster response in Korea. So third question, what do you think is the key solution for improving disaster response in the Asia Pacific region? Especially we need more collaboration and cooperation and coordination for disaster response in Asia Pacific region. And also, there are so many disaster types, such as some area has the earthquake, some area has the flooding, other natural disasters. So we need a more cooperative joint training programs, such as the fellowship, disaster fellowship program. So if we have a 1 year joint fellowship program, so the trainee can train the each country, rotation to each country to learn the special disaster response in their country. So thank you so much for this interview.
네, 이번 학회를 통해서 제가 느끼는 거는 재난이 발생하면 우리 의료진들은 현장에 투입돼야 됩니다. 또한 국민의 생명을 지키기 위해서 현장에 끝까지 남는 게 현장을 지키는 것이 필요한데요. 영어로 말하면 first in, last out 이라고 생각합니다. 이러한 정신, 이러한 마음가짐을 배울 수 있는 자리라고 생각을 합니다. 그리고 재난 대응을 잘하기 위해서는 유비무환의 마음이 중요하다고 생각하는데요. 영어로 표현하자면 hope for the best, prepare for the worst 라고 생각합니다. 이렇게 재난의학회를 통해서 많은 지식을 공유받고 공유한 것이 결국에는 재난 대비할 때 많은 생명을 구할 거라고 생각을 합니다. 우리나라의 재난 대응을 평가한다면 10점 만점에 몇 점일까요? 그리고 그 이유를 말해달라고 이제 질문을 주셨습니다. 너무 높은 점수를 주자고 하니 앞으로 준비해야 될 것이 많고 또 너무 낮은 점수를 주자고 하니 지금까지 노력해온 결과를 너무 저평가하는 거 아닌가 싶어서 좀 신중합니다. 그래도 우리나라의 재난 대응과 관련해서는 낙제점은 면했다. 그렇지만 최고의 수준까지는 아직은 아니다라고 생각하기 때문에 저는 8점에서 9점 정도의 점수를 주고 싶습니다. 이번 APCDM을 통해서 8에서 9점에 해당하는 점수가 조금 더 올라가는 계기가 되었으면 좋겠고 가까운 미래에는 10점이 달성될 거라 믿어 의심치 않습니다. 아시아 태평양 지역의 재난대책의 중요한 해결책을 한 가지를 고른다면 무엇일까요? 라고 질문을 주셨습니다. 물론 재난에 대비하기 위해서는 시설, 장비, 인력이 필요합니다. 투자 못지않게 전 한 가지를 꼽는다고 한다면 교육과 훈련이라고 생각합니다.
네, 혹시나도 의료 대란이라 많은 전공의들이 참여를 못해서 조금 분위기가 좀 가라앉았을까 걱정도 했는데 많은 분들이 아주 참여하고 또 적극적으로 임해 주셔서 좀 감개가 무량합니다. 네, 글쎄요, 우리나라 재난 대응을 평가한다면 글쎄 10년 전하고 크게 차이도 없고 10년 전에도 한 10점 만점에 한 5, 6점 또 최근에도 여러 안 좋은 재난이 있었고요. 지금도 한 10점 만점에 5, 6점 정도 될 것 같습니다. 네. 네, 일단 이 재난이라는 것이 뭐 많이 일어나는 것 같지만 한 지역이나 한 개인에 있어서 특히 이제 이 의사들 또 의료인들에게 있어서 이 재난을 겪는다는 것은 굉장히 드문 경우이거든요. 그래서 이런 서로의 경험을 교류하는 것이 일단 제일 중요하고 특히 이제 아시아 태평양 지역의 재난은 자연재난, 인위재난 뭐 다양합니다. 그래서 이 디지털 전환, 그간의 재난 대응을 디지털 전환하는 것이 굉장히 중요하다고 생각합니다.
I'm Dr. Ojima Toshiyuki from Hamamatsu University School of Medicine, Japan. And I'm a public health doctor, and I'm doing research about public health preparedness and response about disaster. And for the question one, I feel very comfortable and very exciting to participate in this conference. And I'm very impressed that information and communication technology in Korea is very sophisticated. And also, I have learned very much about disaster against disaster effort in Korea and as well as in many countries in Asia Pacific. And for number two, I think in Japan we experienced many disasters. So I think the rate in Japan is about 8 points in 10. But we have many challenges to the next huge disasters. And for question number three, the key solution is to communicate each other in Asian Pacific regions and help each other. And sometimes we have collaborating training course in this region. Thank you very much.
I'm Lucy from Tanzania, and I've been here for 60-month fellowship program and Dr. Lee Jong-wook fellowship program. I'm happy to participate in this event because through participating of this conference, it enlarged my knowledge and full participation on how to involve in disaster and to get ready for disasters. And also, if I were to rate my country in disaster response, I could score my country at the level of 7 out of 10. Why I'm giving a 7 out of 10? Because still we have low technology. As we can see in South Korea, they can have the emergency response through using the helicopters, and the team is well prepared. For me, we have also few people who have the knowledge about the emergency care. And the last one is, I think, the key solution to disaster response in Asia country region is well good. And I think this knowledge, I can share it to my Tanzanian government so that we can improve care on emergency preparedness. Thank you.
In particular, the participation of young people is the conference is noticeable. I saw many people walking around wearing KDMAT uniform. This was not seen at the previous APCDM in Korea in 2008. I think it has become easier to understand between different countries based on the common language and the common way of thinking of DMAT. Especially yesterday's symposium on DMAT from the United States, Korea, Taiwan, and Japan was very informative. There are 7 points. The domestic system is being established, but accepting for foreign team is still a challenge for Japan. improving domestic response is priority. Regarding international dispatch, international standardization and globalization efforts are essential for coordination with host countries. The EMT efforts and certification being promoted by the WHO are important. Thank you very much.
코로나 4년이 지나고 제9회 APCDM 열린 지 8년 만에 한국에서 다시 APCDM이 열려서 너무 기쁩니다. 또한 이번 학회는 저한테 더 큰 기쁨이 되는 게 대한재난의학회가 중심이 돼서 APCDM을 개최하게 된 것에 대해서 기쁩니다. 우리나라의 재난 대응은 10점 만점에 2점쯤 된다고 말씀드릴 수 있겠습니다. 15년 전에 있었던 재난에서 있었던 여러 가지 문제점이 현재에서도 계속 반복되고요. 특히 백서를 대한재난의학회에서 썼던 백서를 살펴보면은 경주 마우나체관 붕괴 사고에서 생겼던 여러 가지 문제점들, 특히나 현장 응급의료소, 임시의료소, 중증도 분류, 사망 환자의 처리와 관리에 대한 문제점이 2022년도에 있었던 이태원 사고에서도 똑같이 나타났습니다. 그리고 재난 대응에 대한 관심들은 딱 그 시기에만 있고 그 이후에는 전혀 개선책을 마련하지도 않고 관심도 사라지는 경향이 듭니다. 그래서 2점이라고 생각합니다. 아시아 태평양 지역의 재난 대책에서 가장 중요한 부분들은 한국은 재난이 많이 일어나지 않는 지역이지만 필리핀, 인도네시아, 일본, 미국도 그렇고 다양한 지역에서 다양한 종류의 재난이 일어나고 있습니다. 물론 이런 경험에 대한 서로 공유들과 공동 대응도 필요하고요. 최근에 있어서는 나일 바이러스라든지 주요 감염병의 문제, 그리고 글로벌 워밍, 지구 온난화에 대한 문제들은 전 세계적으로 공통적으로 가지고 있는 문제이기도 합니다. 그래서 이런 문제들을 어느 한 나라가 해결할 수 없는 부분이기 때문에 공동으로 같은 내용들을 해결하려면은 서로 협력하고 협조하고 공동 관심에 대해서 서로 전문가들이 모여서 해결책을 논의하는 게 가장 중요하다고 생각합니다.